Did you see the San Diego Comic-Con drop of the Star Trek Picard trailer? So, it's been a long week, I've had a long day, and I just feel like geeking out a little bit for the vlog today. So here we go. That trailer just about floored me when I watched it. I love Star Trek, first and foremost. I started watching as a little kid, used to watch the original series, of course, on TV, loved the movies. I really enjoyed Next Generation. I enjoyed Voyager. I liked Deep Space Nine quite a lot. I didn't watch the whole series. There was, I think, really possibly Voyager is the only one I've seen like every episode of. I think that's possibly true. And then there was Enterprise. Let's not talk about that series, which was weird and I don't know. And now they have the one on that is like you have to pay to see it, and I haven't gotten into it, although it looks pretty awesome. And now they drop Star Trek Picard on us, which is incredible. It looks amazing. I am not gonna spoiler anything. I accidentally did in a trailer, but in a tweet, I should say, and I didn't mean to. I caught myself after the fact, like, oh, I probably should have left that bit of information out of the tweet. So I'm not gonna spoiler anything if you haven't watched this trailer. I like the reboot too. The movies that they've done as this kind of like the reboot, I think they are amazing as well. This, however, looks like it's going to be gold, like it's platinum even, if you will. It looks like it's going to be an absolute treasure. Number one, Patrick Stewart back in his role of roles. I mean, Patrick Stewart is, in my opinion, one of the greatest actors we have gracing film and stage on a rare occasion, and television and so forth. I mean, he's just fundamentally well-trained, well-versed, hugely experienced, and in my opinion, just a brilliant actor. And on top of that, historically, most of the writing, not all, but most of the writing for the Star Trek shows and movies and so forth have been pretty awesome, okay? Obviously, not everyone is to everyone's taste. That's the nature of reality, friends. That's the nature of being here as a human in a human, experience, right? So, that being said, if you're a Trekkie, you're probably like me going like, oh my god, this looks so good. So I literally kind of feel like my heart stopped for a moment when I was watching the trailer. That's how good it felt. I really wish I was at San Diego Comic-Con this year, because man, it looks like people are having a ton of fun down there, because there's some other cool stuff going on with like Ruby and just, oh my goodness. Yeah, San Diego Comic-Con is an amazing event. If you ever get the chance to go, by all means. Okay, that's enough geeking out about Star Trek and Picard. Please go check out the trailer. Let's roll into some other fun stuff. I am super geeked about this Wednesday night. I mentioned it a little bit briefly. I'm going to tell you now that we are going to be playing in the Genesys RPG system. So we're playing Star Wars, essentially. No, I just made a mistake. Oh, we're not playing Star Wars this Wednesday. See, this is the trouble. One Crit Wonder and I keep talking about playing Star Wars, but this is not Star Wars. This is called Night on the Town, and this is more like cyberpunk. That's right, cyberpunk. It's actually a really neat looking sort of a starter kiddish kind of adventure, like a one-shot adventure. Sounds super awesome. It's in like future Los Angeles basically, and we're using the Genesys system, which is a really cool RPG system. I'm not going to go into the dice and that kind of thing. Please go check that out on your own. It is the Fantasy Flight system, essentially, if you've played Edge of the Empire or any of these other kind of games where you have like three different types of like positive dice, three different types of sort of negative dice, and it's like successes versus failures kind of thing, and they're balanced out, and even if you fail, good things can happen, and even if you succeed, bad things can happen. So there's a really fascinating and very interesting and fun dice system. And Genesys is a generic RPG system where you basically can take this system, this framework, and put it on top of any genre, any setting, any world, whether it's outer space or whether it's, the Wild West or, medieval England or fantasy world or alien, what you can. I imagine you could probably even do superhero kind of stuff with it. It's sort of that versatile, I think, from what I've seen. So I'm super excited about trying this system, number one. And then on top of that, I mean, of course, One Crit Wonder is just a great GM, so I know we're going to have a good time. And then I'm getting to play with some really cool new friends who we've just even in the chat, like we set up a Discord chat just for the game, and like in there's some great new people. And then the following week, we get to start our D&D Essentials game. So there's two different groups of people. We have the one shot coming this Wednesday. So going forward for the next few weeks, yours truly is going to be on One Crit Wonders channel, streaming on Twitch with some really cool people doing first the Genesys game, which I can't wait. Cyberpunk, I love Cyberpunk. The funny thing is, so the original Cyberpunk game, the Cyberpunk RPG game, it's a little bit cumbersome, sort of, and fun, still fun. However, it's a challenging game system, I think. That's from my memory and experience of it. However, Cyberpunk in general, like, I can't wait for Cyberpunk 2077, the new video game, as I've talked about in another video. I'll link that up here somewhere. I guess does it go on that side or this side? I don't know. Anyway, I love the Cyberpunk genre. I love the Cyberpunk kind of like theme, right? So, future LA with, cybernetic parts and fixers and this and that and, all these, clones and all kinds of cool tech stuff. I think it's going to be a blast. I'm really looking forward to playing this game, and I will keep you posted about that. I'll probably do it after, like a recap the day after we air the episode or the session or whatever. Yeah, the one shot session. So that's exciting. There's just always cool stuff going on. Sometimes it's hard for me to find a topic. Other times I'm like, oh my god, what do I need to talk about today? How do I narrow it down? So yeah, those are the first two things I really wanted to geek out about. Again, oh my god, I almost want to just like go back to just talking about Star Trek Picard, because wow, that trailer floored me. It was so good. Like 2 minutes or whatever it is, and it's just like the video is just that little trailer is so good. So if that's any indication of like what this series or this show might be like, whoo-wee, are we in for a good ride. Yeah, so good stuff coming. Thank you for tuning in here. I am going to geek out more all week long. Stay tuned for all of that. I've got all kinds of good games going on this week and the following. So I'll see you at a table someday. Keep rolling 20s. And remember, it's your game. Play your way. I am just going to geek out and be my usual silly self. I am just gonna relax tonight and geek out a little, tabletop. I'm not gonna start like that.